How many? 6 humps. Alice the camel has 6 humps. Go, go, Alice, go. Boom, 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 Alice. My name is Lucia Di Pietro Sabatino. I am 56 years old. I was born and raised in Toronto, and I am currently working at EduScan as a support staff. Thank you, Alice.
Yellow petty.
Let's no, Mrs. Lucia doesn't have the yellow petty. Tidy up. Yes, Dalston, how lovely. Let's tidy up. Come, Ali, help Mrs. Lucia. Let us tidy up. Well done. I do see all children as equal, but for me, at this stage of my life, I want to give to those children that really need support and that really, really require it.
She spoiled
The children of determination, they are loving, patient, kind. They're beautiful human beings, and we need to learn from them. We need to learn to be kind. We need to learn to listen. We need to learn to love and to respect one another.
This was named by the model 774 automobile accident. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you for reading that. And again, my roots are Italian. My mother was born in Italy, and my father was born in Canada. My husband and I were married in Toronto in 1998. So we left Toronto, Canada, as my husband had a wonderful opportunity and to come to the UAE. And the first time I landed in the UAE, I realized that it was a place that embraced the world. And that was a long time ago. It's 13 years ago now. And let's make it nice and round. Oh, look at that. What does that look like, Alice? I founded a nursery in 2009 in Dubai, and I was the principal there for a number of years. The nursery is called Toddlers International Nursery. I had parents that did come to me with children of determination. They found that it was a bit of a challenge back then to have children go into nursery schools. I was quite adamant in having all children come and join us, and it was inclusive right from the very beginning. EduScan, I joined just this past September. That is lovely, children. Yes, is it sweet? Reno and I do not have biological children, but we have embraced many children in the world, and we give to them as they are our children. I have had 4 miscarriages, and then we did also think of all the fertility treatments that were popping up at that time, and to a certain extent they were tried and tested. We also thought about adoption, and we thought about adoption in India, and due to age being a factor, we were sort of turned away. So yes, there is sadness not having our own child, but life has given us many, many blessings where we are very fortunate to be able to give to other children. When I spend time with children, whether they were at Toddlers International Nursery or at EduScan, whenever I come into contact with children, they are my child. As a young adult, life takes a turn. And I was faced to become a caregiver to my parents. My father suffered a heart attack, and my mother had breast cancer. They're deceased. Both my mom and dad fell ill, and my brother and I put our lives on hold, and we took care of our parents. It is a very personal story, and I don't really speak about it that often. Even, it's what, 20 years, it is still an emotional thing to talk about. To my parents, I thank them immensely for their faith in me. They strongly believed in education, and they gave us the best that they could. So I wore my mother's wedding dress, and she was with us in spirit. That's Dad. He made it to our wedding. So I like to walk. I like to walk a lot. I love to dance. I have tapped into my artistic abilities. I do a bit of rock sculptures, and I like to paint and create collages as well. Share something with you that some of you already know, that we have a lovely subscription here for you from Little Genius Magazine. Whenever I come into contact with children, wherever they are, I give to them as much as I can. We came to know about this particular family through a wonderful story that was written in the paper. The family is located in Russellhama. The child has a degenerative disease. The family is struggling in that, knowing that their child will never be well. She's on a life support, basically. So we have taken it upon ourselves to connect with that family, and we try to do our very best when we can to make a tiny, tiny difference in this child's life. It's time to eat our snack. It's time to eat our snack. Let us tidy. It's time to eat our snack. Come. Need to wash our hands, it's snack time. For the longest time, I kept falling upon articles about children being abandoned in Sharjah in dumpsters, and they were infants. The solution that I had was to offer a wheel where children could be dropped off anonymously and received in the most beautiful manner and taken care of. I tried voicing this to various groups. I wasn't very successful. Firstly, we cannot have children when one is unwed. But then what? Then what do? So they need to be educated. Let's clean the table. Help me. Come, Omar, let's clean the table. I was at a wonderful event just a couple of days ago that was held by EduScan. Each family that I saw at that event, I just saw all the hope that they had, whether it was through tears, whether it was through smiles, whether it was through a little chit-chat, that they are beaming with the hope for their children, that one day that they will have wonderful lives ahead. I think I would like just to continue offering the best I can to education, to children, and to ensure that their lives will be changed forever. Let's make it shiny and clean. Alice, do you want to try? Let's clean the table. Let's clean the table. Let's make it shiny and clean. Is it sparkling? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.